a week, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to keep this kind of informal today because I'm not feeling the greatest right now. I actually just finished filming my review for the black castor and flaxseed oil gel. So go and check that out, of course. But I'm here to talk about what everyone seems to be talking about right now, and that is Shea Moisture. A few days ago, Shea Moisture launched their Stop Hair Hate campaign. And the first set that they released from the campaign was centered around, I want to say it was either 3 or 4 women. One was of Hispanic descent. I think her name is Soraya Jade here on YouTube. I have seen some of her videos and she seems pretty great. She has a long curly texture in the, kind of in the 3A, 3B category. And then I want to say it was 3 other white women, all with kind of wavy, straight hair. And obviously, people were extremely, extremely angry. And the issue that is really surrounding all of this is that Shea Moisture got where it is as a black-owned company making products. I have dogs, so I'm really sorry if you can hear them. I can't control that. But they were centered around making products for African American hair. And that is where they got their start. I remember when Shea Moisture only had the raw shea butter line and the curl enhancing smoothie, like the coconut and hibiscus line, and the oh so famous curl enhancing smoothie that I think every single natural has tried. And of course, back then I wasn't using Shea Moisture, but once I started obviously transitioning and going natural, Shea Moisture, it was there, it was readily available, and that was what I used. And I think the biggest thing now is that everybody is, going at Shea Moisture with the pitchforks and the torches, and everyone's saying that they're going to boycott, they're done with them. There are rumors about them changing the formulations to better suit white people. And I have a lot of opinions on this, and of course, I'm sure everyone does. And I'm sure that some of my opinions, hold on, I have a Yorkie and I have a Dachshund, and my Dachshund Copper, he definitely has some separation anxiety, and he literally squeals anytime someone leaves the house. But hey guys, so first of all, yes, Shea Moisture done, excuse my language, Shea Moisture done fucked up. I think the biggest issue is that, one, the way the campaign is named and the way that they've gone about integrating diversity within the campaign is completely wrong. First of all, we're talking about stopping hair hate, and I think one of the biggest problems is, and it's not to say that white women don't experience things like this, but there's a heavy issue with assimilation and heavy discrimination of black women and their hair. I can go into corporate offices and ask for a job, and people will tell you that what's sitting on my head right now is not professional. Fortunately, I've never had that problem, but a lot of people do. And to me, that is hair hate. I think there's a very big difference between external hatred of hair types, the type that we experience as black women. That's external, and that has been in our culture for so many years. That's different from an internal issue. And we know this because it's one thing if you just don't like your hair. It's another thing if you don't like your hair because everyone tells you that it's nappy and that it's not acceptable and that it doesn't fit this image that has been created within Western society. And it's not fair for them to try to equate the two to each other because they're two different problems. And I am all for inclusion. And I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't want inclusion. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I'm all for inclusion. But don't try to block us all into the same problem because it's not the same problem. And that's not to say that white women with curly hair or more coarse hair haven't been told that their hair is ugly because it's curly. Because like we all know there's a lot of hate in this world, and there's a lot of jealousy in this world, and we have all experienced that feeling of being told that something that is uniquely you is wrong or that it's ugly. I think any woman, regardless of their race, has gotten the "why don't you straighten your hair" question, you know? I think we've all experienced that to some extent, but they're not the same problems. They don't follow under the same umbrella, because what we experience as Black women is systematic, and you can't equate those two to being the same thing. And I think that's one of the biggest places where Shea Moisture messed up also with the ad campaign. I think they would have been better off by if they were going to launch it and see how people would embrace it. There's more than one commercial and it shows a broad range of hair types. I think they should have had them all speaking one message, and kind of showing little snippets of each person, and then release these separate ad campaigns so that you could kind of get a little bit of each person's story from that first commercial. And then if you want to hear more, you can see those other commercials and see everything else that they had to say. The way that they launched it was wrong, and the way that they're trying to bring about unity is wrong. Now, to go along with that, I think the way that we are acting as a community is also wrong. And I think the problem is way bigger than Shea Moisture. And the thing that gets me is that when things like this happen, we really show who we are as a community, and we show how far we still need to go. And watching a lot of videos that I've seen on YouTube, I've seen so many comments that were just disheartening, and they made me so angry. And just the reality is, I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being angry at companies. And one thing that we all have to understand is, yes, a lot of companies will go in with this idea that they're going to kind of change everything. But the bottom line is that brands are here to make a profit. You can't change that. The first priority is money, because if you're not making money, then you can't grow your business. That's just point blank period. That's the reality of it. And money is always going to be the number one priority. That's not to say that it's okay to turn away from your fan base, but I think we need to understand as a community that we have been preaching equality for so long. And we need to decide how we are going to show people what equality and inclusion means. Because clearly, no one can decide what equality and inclusion is. And that is because we have never truly had it. And I understand that. But we as a community need to make up our minds. Because you can't ask for equality, and then when people try to turn around and do that, you get angry because you feel like something should only be ours. And I think that idea is bullshit. I think the idea that there are certain things on this planet that should only be ours is bullshit, because those are material things. Products go away, companies disappear. Those are material things. The things that are truly yours are your melanin, your black girl magic, that crown on your head, the pride that you have in yourself. Those are the things that are uniquely yours, and those are the things that no one can take away from you. And I think that it is truly bullshit to say, oh, well, why can't we have something that's just ours? Well, guess what? It's never going to be just ours. There are so many different people in this world. And I know that it is frustrating because we want to see companies think about us. We want to see mainstream companies think about us. But even then, when mainstream companies turn around and say, okay, we've been putting out products for Black women for a while, it's not resonating, something needs to change, maybe we need to do better, then we say that these companies are panhandling to us. And we have to decide where we're going to go with this. And at the end of the day, we cannot rely on companies to change society. We have to change society. We're the ones with the money. We're the ones who are spending our dollars. We're the ones who are going and buying 8 Shea Moisture hair masks on buy one, get one free sales. We are the ones with the power. And the only thing that they can do, they can change up as much as they want to. And they can try to put these messages of inclusion out there all that they want to. But the buck starts with us. We have to work on these things as a community. And, you know, I haven't really gone too much into about who I am and what I do. But I do work in environmental advocacy. And I don't have the privilege of being the we need things that are only for us type. I don't have the privilege of being able to focus on one type of person. I have to speak for the people that are up top, and I have to speak for the people that are down low. Because at the end of the day, we all live on this planet, and we all need the same things. And everything that we do affects all of us. So I don't have the privilege of only caring about one group of people. There are a lot of people on this planet that do. And of course, a lot of that attention goes to people that don't have, because they're the ones that take on the brunt of the things that we destroy. But I have to think about everybody. And sitting and thinking about everything, the scope of this, I don't think that you can mar a brand for making a stupid move. And especially with the rumors about them changing formulas, because I really haven't seen them. I haven't noticed any of my products being different. I haven't noticed any of my products being watered down. A lot of people are like, oh, well, now the Shea Moisture JBCO leave-in is watered down. That leave-in has been watery since the day that it came out, so I don't know what people are really talking about. And of course, knowing what I know about adding more natural ingredients into products, those things can easily, batches can easily differ. And I've seen that with Shea Moisture since the beginning of the time. I've gotten a curl enhancing smoothie that was as thick as shea butter and took it back and got another one that was the consistency that I was used to. So, that's kind of the nature of products that have more natural ingredients with them. And I'm not truly concerned with that, because I feel like a line that has 150 products doesn't need to go back and change the existing formulation of their lines. Now, of course, as time goes on, they're going to change the formulation of products. We've seen this with so many companies. Camille Rose, Uncle Funky's daughter, so many Black-owned to the core companies have had to change their formulas. So I don't think that that is a fair assumption, and I don't think that it's valid. I'm going to need y'all to actually put out receipts if you're going to make those claims. So I just, honestly, guys, I'm really tired of being mad. At the end of the day, and I think my friend said it best, as a minority group, as you know, that person is in a minority group themselves. We don't have to make a million safe spaces for minorities. We have a lot of safe spaces now, and we have people that are rallying with us and people that care. And we've gotten that far. Now we need to decide what we're going to do with it. If we want inclusion, if we want equality, then we need to show people what that looks like. And we need to show people what we expect of them. We can't be like people who look at Black protesters and say, well, you're protesting wrong, but can never actually tell you how to protest correctly in their eyes, you know? We can't just shut other people up, because we all have to live on this planet together, and we all have to deal with each other. That is so important. We all have to get along at some point. And I don't think it's ever going to be perfect with brands, because like I said, the bottom line is that they are here to make money. So I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. But how about, instead of telling Shea Moisture, screw you, tell Shea Moisture, look, you got a problem, listen to us so you can fix the problem. But I'm telling you guys right now, saying, oh, screw inclusion, we only want things to be for ourselves, that's not going to work. It's not it's not the noble thing, and that's not who we are at our core. At our core, we as Black women and men, we're loving people, we're giving people. And I don't want to use a brand that only cares about Black people, because we're not the only ones here. I want to use a brand that loves Black people and makes products for Black people, but also understand that there's a white woman out here with a mixed child that also needs hair care, because she doesn't know how to take care of her child's hair. So she's trying to learn, and she's trying to be there for her child because she knows that Black lives matter. And I want companies that will say, look, we know that our products haven't always worked for your type, but you know what? We're going to make you feel comfortable trying them out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And people might be angry with me for saying that, and that's okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. At the end of the day, I want to support companies that love everyone. I mean, look at Camille Rose. Yes, they market to Black women, but they say their products love all curl types and textures. Their products are made with love. At the end of every single ingredient list, there's love at the end. And if we continue to go on this long rant of we need to have things that are only for us because screw them, then we turn into the people that so many non-people of color that hate us have said that we are. And I don't want to be that. Like, I don't want to be that. And I don't think you guys want to be that either. I want to prove them wrong, because I know who we are at our core. I know that our Black women are beautiful and strong, educated and talented, top notch. And I know that our Black men are beautiful and strong and talented and educated and kind, top notch. So what are we going to show them? What are we going to give them? Are we going to take this moment to teach, or are we going to take this moment to hate? I'm going to choose to teach. You guys can choose to hate if you want to, but I promise you, hate ain't never gotten anybody anywhere. That's just a choice that you have to make fundamentally. I'm choosing to teach. That was the oath that I took when I decided to go into advocacy. That I want to teach, that I want to help. So, you know, with all of that being said, if you choose to boycott Shea Moisture, that is your choice. You have the right to do that. If you feel like that is a statement that you need to make to a company, then do that. Also, remember that if you don't feel like your voices are being heard, there are so many brand ambassadors on YouTube that work with Shea Moisture. Get them to rally together. Talk to them. Have them say meaningful things. Have them teach this company. Because at the end of the day, if they don't please us, then they're gone. So, you know, don't just, I feel like in this situation, boycotting is the easy way out. Because, yes, you're making a move, but you're not following up. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to boycott, but tell them what you need as a consumer. So I think that's important. I do plan on, once I kind of get my financials together, doing dedicated reviews and videos on Black-owned businesses. So if you are going to boycott, start supporting Black-owned businesses. And I don't mean, oh, I'm going to support them, but when you get on their website, they need to cut their prices down. I ain't paying for that, and you go to Walmart instead. Wholeheartedly invest in Black businesses, because those prices aren't those prices just because they're money hungry. I promise you. If you actually know everything that goes behind it and the pricing and what goes into the certifications for natural ingredients and the way a lot of these farms are run that produce organic ingredients and the difficulty and what it takes to get ethically sourced ingredients, you can understand the pricing behind those products. But if you are going to decide, I'm not supporting Shea Moisture anymore, start investing in your Black communities. Start investing in Black businesses. But you have to. We have to. We have to show each other that we can do this. Because I promise you, it ain't easy for a lot of these businesses to get shelf space. And you need to show companies like Camille Rose and Tgin and The Main Choice and Uncle Funky's Daughter that we are proud of you guys for finally getting there. Because those people are going to be making the way for people like us to be able to do that. So that's how I feel about the whole Shea Moisture thing. Honestly, right now, I don't know if I'm going to boycott or not. I feel like to an extent, yeah, I totally could. But also, like I said, I'm going to practice what I preach, and I'm going to be sending emails and sending letters like I always do, because that's what I work in. When you're an advocate, you're always sending letters and, making calls to offices and stuff, and reaching out and practicing what I preach, and just being an active and well-informed consumer. And I hope that you guys do the same. I hope that you guys don't just fall into the hype of everything and just decide, oh, I'm just going to make this decision because everyone else is doing it. If I show Shea Moisture products in my videos, I will give you alternatives to those products, but I'm not going to be allowed to feel ashamed for using things that I enjoy. Especially if I'm trying to put my time and effort into helping that company fix the shithole that they have made within their reputation show. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Like I said, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and you won't necessarily agree with what I had to say, and that's okay. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. If people in the comments have differing opinions from yours, please be respectful, please be kind, please be the people that we all know we are. And also, for those who watch my channel and are not people of color, we still love y'all. Y'all are loved. We're all loved. Everyone gets love on my channel. Men, women, are non-binary folks. So, yeah, everyone gets love on this channel, and I don't want anyone to feel alienated from watching this video. I want to know what you guys think, and I want to know what you guys feel, and also I want to know what solutions and things that you think that Shea Moisture can do to fix it. Do you think they can fix it? Do you think that it's just whatever, it's done for them? Let me know, because the more that we talk, the more that we can get out there and do things, and who knows, this whole thing might lead some of you guys to start making some really bomb-ass companies of your own. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys have a much more sunshiny week than Shea Moisture did. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.